Hello guys and welcome back to the Freddie Hale Football Podcast. I'm so sorry there hasn't been a video on the channel in ages, but I am back. I'll tell you the reason why I haven't been uploading. I've been very ill. I've had this cold that's made me really ill and tired, but I am back, and today we're going to be talking about Newcastle. And Steve Bruce has been sacked, so I'm going to let you know who I think should replace Steve Bruce at Newcastle. Obviously they have got the owners in now, the Saudis are in. Wow, they've got loads of money now. I wonder who they're going to get, who they're going to bring in. But managers come first. So let's get into the video. But before we do, if you like the video, give it a like and subscribe by doing that down below. And help me to get to 300 subscribers as soon as possible. That'd be greatly appreciated. And I appreciate every one of your guys' support. I really do. And please share also with all family and friends. That's greatly appreciated also. Shall we get into the video? Let's go. So the news has come out. Steve Bruce has been sacked. Who do I think will replace him? I don't really know, to be honest. I think there's a lot of good choices out there. There's Paulo Fonseca, who was manager of Roma before Mourinho came in. I think he could do a decent job. He was also linked with Spurs. So maybe if he comes in, that'll be a decent move. Also, Eddie Howe, another good manager, has Premier League experience with Bournemouth. Obviously, they did go down, but, he's a good manager, young. I think he could do decent there. But Steve Bruce, I think the way he was kind of treated was a bit wrong, in my opinion. And he did say in his statement that this might be his last ever job, which is quite sad, to be honest. I think the way he's been treated, he's done 1,000 games in the Premier League, 40 years experience. I think he doesn't deserve this kind of, people having a go at him all the time. Not very nice, but, I mean, you can understand why Newcastle fans did want him out. His style of football is awful, and, yeah, he wasn't a great manager, to be honest. But he's gone. The Saudi owners are ruthless, and he has gone. Graham Jones will be taking over for the game that they've got at the weekend, but he won't be the manager. I think, personally, the manager, in my opinion, who I think would be a really good manager, would be Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard. I mean, to bring them back into the Premier League, obviously Steven Gerrard hasn't managed in the Premier League yet, but I think this is his chance now. He's managed at Rangers and he's done really well. But I think this is the chance for him to go to the Premier League and prove he is a great manager. Frank Lampard also was at Chelsea. He done okay, to be fair, but he did get sacked and he is now without a job. So that would be a decent move. I wouldn't be against that. Fonseca, I don't know much about him, but if he does come to the Premier League, I'd be interested to see how he plays, what style he has. I think he could be quite a good appointment. But you do know now that the Saudi owners are ruthless. You don't know who they're going to bring in. Obviously, players-wise, they've got so much money. They could spend 190 million in the January transfer window. 190 million. Let that sink in. That is a lot of money. Do I think they'll splash all that money? Probably not. But if they do, remarkable. Newcastle's aim is probably just to stay up this season, to be honest. I don't think they're going to be battling it out for Europe anytime soon. I think it's like 3 points in. 3 points out of a possible 24. I think that's right. But, yeah, poor from Newcastle. They went 1-0 up against Spurs and to lose 3-1. They didn't play well at all. I mean, the players that they've still got in their side. Joelinton at left midfield. 40 million he cost. Yeah, not good enough in my eyes. So, yeah, manager-wise, I think Eddie Howe, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, I think these are the kind of managers, they need to be looking at. Obviously, the favourite at the moment is Paulo Fonseca. I think he's a very good manager, but I don't know much about him. So whether he will come in, I'm not too sure. Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, they sound the most realistic in my eyes. I mean, there's been talk about Rafa Benitez going to Newcastle, but why would you want to take a step back to go to Newcastle? Obviously, he's loved at Newcastle, and if I was a Newcastle fan, I would probably agree with you. Rafa Benitez was really good at Newcastle, brought him up from the Championship, and, he had a good pedigree at Newcastle. But I think realistically, they should be looking at Frank Lampard or Steven Gerrard. Gerrard, he won the league with Rangers. He made that team look exceptional, and I mean exceptional. I watched a couple of games with Rangers last season, and they were very good. So I do think Frank Lampard or Steven Gerrard, and I'll tell you why. Let's go into more detail. So then, Frank Lampard. The reason why I think Frank Lampard would be a great appointment at Newcastle is mainly because, he's worked with a great young core of players. Mason Mount. He had players like, who else did he have? Mason Mount, Reece James is another one. You know, these young players at Chelsea, and he got them into the top 4, which was incredible. He had Tomori as well, another player that done really well at Chelsea. But he's at AC Milan now, tearing it apart, making Serie A look ridiculous. You know, he's probably been one of the best defenders in the Serie A this season, and he's making it look like a joke. Another one, Tammy Abraham, gone to Roma. He is doing exceptionally well at Roma. Arsenal wanted him. I mean, why didn't we go for him? He would have helped Arsenal get up the table a bit more, but we didn't. He's doing really well at Roma, so credit to him. And he got him into the Champions League places. And then, obviously, Lampard fell off a bit, and then he did get sacked. But I think Newcastle would be a good level for him, just to prove where he's at, and that would be a really good move for him. Steven Gerrard, on the other hand, we haven't seen him managing the Premier League yet. Maybe this is the right move for him, Newcastle. I don't think he's ready for like the top 4, top 6 clubs, but Newcastle, he could, you know, bring in the players that he wants to bring in. Maybe he might bring in some players from Rangers, we don't know. But I think he could be a really good manager. He's young as well, like Lampard. And, you know, he knows the Premier League like the back of his hand. Both of them do, in all fairness. But I think these two would be great appointments. Obviously, Eddie Howe is another one who was with Bournemouth. Young, up and coming. There was talks about him getting the England job a couple of years ago. Don't think that was going to happen, but that was too early for him, in my opinion. But I think that the Newcastle job is available, and I think, you know, if they look at him, I wouldn't be surprised if he did get appointed, and I think that would be a good appointment by Newcastle. They've been talks, obviously, about Graham Jones, who's the caretaker manager. I can't see that one happening in my eyes. But yeah, Newcastle, they've done the right decision, sacking Steve Bruce. They had to. They had to sack Steve Bruce. There was no way he was going to stay at Newcastle. I mean, with all the money that the Saudi owners have brought in, there was no way that Steve Bruce was going to be in charge and managing that. No chance. So I think now they need to look at getting a decent level manager. I don't think they'll be going for like the Zidanes and the Contes that people have been talking about. I don't think that'll be happening in my eyes. So they need to go for Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, or Eddie Howe, in my opinion. So yeah, let me know, guys, in the comment section down below who you think that Newcastle should be going for. But yeah, those 4 even are probably the managers that I'll be looking at. There's probably other managers as well. Lucien Favre, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he was a really good manager at Borussia Dortmund, and I think he would be a decent appointment. I don't know much about him, but I've heard of good things about him, so wouldn't be surprised if they look at him. He was linked with the Crystal Palace job as well, so that'd be a decent move. But yeah, let me know, guys, in the comment section down below who you think should be the manager. Don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys on the next video. Goodbye for now.